We just saw Swiss Army Man, and on this show I take my friends, we go see a movie, we review it here in the car and have a discussion. The review video is spoiler free, so if you're on the fence or looking for a recommendation, you can watch this video to find out what we thought without spoilers. And if you have seen the movie or don't care about spoilers, you can watch our other video, which would be called the Swiss Army Man movie discussion with spoilers. This is a independent movie with Paul Dano and Daniel Radcliffe. If you haven't seen the trailer or are kind of curious as to what the plot is about, basically Paul Dano is stranded and he has this dead guy, Daniel Radcliffe, that he finds that has all of these special powers. Like, he can jump really far, he can turn into kind of a jet ski sort of a thing. It's not clear at the beginning of the movie whether that's all a figment of his imagination or not. And like I said, we won't be going into spoilers here, but this is a very philosophical movie. It's very metaphorical, and it's interesting to me because I found that it really really balanced well between having something to say, having a philosophy, and doing things that kept it moving forward where you were interested to watch what was going on. The message of the movie, there's lots of other ways to convey the message of this movie, but this was such an interesting and strange way to convey it that you just keep looking. But it's also not so strange and arty for the sake of arty that it's unapproachable. It's very, it's an accessible movie. Anybody could sit down and watch it, and if they're willing to deal with the fact that what they're watching is not necessarily a literal thing, if they're willing to suspend how silly some of the things are, how weird the outlook of the movie is, or how weird the mechanics of the movie are, then I think it's a great thing to go and see. I personally really, really enjoyed it, but I can see where, you're going to know in the first 10 minutes if you like this movie or not. I think there's people that'll get to some other point in the movie and decide, I don't think I like this anymore. But I think if you're definitely, you definitely get the feel for what the movie is in the first 10 minutes. So I liked it. I would recommend it. If you like independent kind of oddball movies, this is a good one. And I felt like it worked for its entire running time. So I liked it. What'd you guys think?
I loved it. It has a very strong theme throughout of self-discovery, pretty much. Daniel Radcliffe's cadaver character is a lot of fun, actually. Mm-hmm. If not pretty silly at times, but for a while there, you're like, man, how much of this is the narration is even believable on either direction? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of question of it, but that's kind of the point of it, I suppose. I'm not familiar with the other actor,
Paul Dano.
Paul Dano. He did a terrific job as being pretty much the front man for the entire movie. And yeah, it's a very limited cast, very well shot, very, very interesting movie overall.
Okay.
I didn't enjoy it as much, but it was definitely worth a watch. I especially liked just the basically 99% of the time you're watching Paul Dano and Daniel Radcliffe in very strange situations. The whole movie's really weird and strange, but within that, it's kind of I can imagine as actors they really cherish this because it's a very unique acting opportunity. So I really appreciated it for that. I think that was my favorite takeaway from this movie.
I think one other thing I could throw in that's spoiler free that I will say is if you liked Paul Dano in Love and Mercy, I think his performance here is a bit similar, and I especially like that they use his voice as almost the entire soundtrack. It's him overdubbed on top of himself over and over again in layers.
Almost inspired by that movie, maybe.
It's
A bit of a
yeah,
kind of thing.
It's a really cool way of doing that, and kind of informing you just how much of this movie is in that character's head.
Right.
So that's our review. If you like when we do these, please like the video, subscribe, check out all the written and video reviews at dalemaxfield.com, and thanks for watching.